everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm spending the next 2 weeks in Egypt and I'm starting my Egypt trip in one of the most fascinating cities in the world, Cairo. This city is packed with history, culture, and unforgettable sights. In this video, I'm sharing my 5 must-visit places in Cairo and the surrounding areas that you absolutely can't miss. If it's your first time here, this list will help you make the most of your Egypt adventure. So let's jump in. First, if you're looking for where to stay during your time in Cairo and you're willing to splurge a little, then I absolutely recommend staying at Mena House. This is the closest hotel to the pyramids of Giza, and look at this unbelievable view. Mena House is a luxury 5-star Marriott property with rooms offering views of the pyramids. You find a spa, fitness center, heated outdoor pool, and multiple dining options on property. If you don't want to spend that much on your stay, then you can come to Mena House for dinner and drinks as well. They also have an amazing breakfast buffet, and it was so surreal having breakfast with a view of the pyramids. I highly recommend staying at Mena House if you can. Next, you of course have to visit the pyramids of Giza. The pyramids of Giza is just minutes from Mena House, and I recommend visiting at opening time to beat the crowds. The pyramids bring in over 14 million visitors every year, so you definitely have to be well prepared for your visit to the pyramids. I also highly recommend booking a professional guide to take you around the pyramids. Not only will they explain the significance of the site, but also help you navigate the massive complex. And I would also avoid talking to the vendors. The vendors at the pyramids can be quite adamant, but they're just trying to sell and make a living. They don't mean any harm. If you don't want to buy anything, the best thing to do is just to ignore them. You also don't want to miss out on the restaurants on site at the pyramids. Grab lunch at 9 Pyramids Lounge or Khufu's for a lunch with an amazing view. It's a great way to experience the pyramids. Walk a few steps from the pyramids of Giza and you'll find the brand new Grand Egyptian Museum. Can you believe this museum took over 20 years to build? It is now finally open to the public, so you definitely don't want to miss this phenomenal museum. It is the largest archaeological museum in the world dedicated to a single civilization. It showcases over 100,000 artifacts spanning from Egypt's pre-dynastic period to the Greco-Roman era. Highlights of the Grand Egyptian Museum include a complete King Tut collection. For the first time, all 5,400 artifacts from King Tut's tomb will be displayed together, including his iconic golden death mask, chariots, jewelry, and furniture. You also can't and won't miss the colossal statue of Ramses II. This impressive 83-ton, 12-meter-tall statue of Ramses II greets visitors in the Grand Hall, symbolizing the grandeur of ancient Egypt. The modern architecture and technology also sets this new museum apart. The museum features contemporary design elements inspired by ancient Egyptian motifs. You'll find interactive displays, virtual reality experiences, and educational programs that paves the way as a museum of the future. Even though there's so much attention on the new Grand Egyptian Museum, you also can't miss out on the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo is also known as the Museum of Egyptian Antiquities, and it is a cornerstone of Egypt's rich cultural heritage. Located in the heart of Cairo, this historic institution has been captivating visitors since its establishment in 1902. While the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza is set to become the new home for many of Egypt's ancient treasures, the Egyptian Museum in Cairo remains an essential destination for those interested in the country's illustrious past. This museum has a more intimate old-world atmosphere compared to the modern museum. Display cases are packed, handwritten labels are still used, and you feel like you've stepped back into the 19th century. You'll find ancient papyrus and a wide array of colorfully decorated sarcophagus, each uniquely painted with gods, symbols, and protective texts. Another notable artifact at the museum is the Narmer Palette, which is one of the oldest historical records in the world, showing King Narmer unifying Upper and Lower Egypt. It is a key piece of ancient Egyptian political and artistic history. Seriously, you don't want to miss out on this museum. Although the pyramids of Giza is world-renowned, there's another notable pyramid that is just 20 miles from Cairo. Welcome to Saqqara Pyramid, which is also known as the Step Pyramid of Djoser. It is one of the most important and iconic archaeological sites in Egypt because it is actually the oldest pyramid in Egypt. This is a true must-visit for history lovers. The Step Pyramid was once surrounded by temple, courtyards, and chapels, and inside the pyramid you'll find a vertical shaft that leads down over 28 meters to Djoser's burial chamber. This pyramid was built for King Djoser, who was the second king of Egypt's 3rd dynasty. It was built around 2630 BCE by an architect named Imhotep. It marked the first major leap from traditional tombs to a multi-tiered pyramid structure, paving the way for later smooth-sided pyramids of Giza. When you visit today, the site is like an open-air museum. Saqqara is not one building, it's a huge archaeological park filled with tombs, pyramids, and ancient ruins. Another pyramid you cannot miss at Saqqara is the Pyramid of Ones. This is the first pyramid to include religious texts on the walls, which is also known as hieroglyphics. The burial chamber ceiling is painted to resemble the night sky, completed with 5 pointed stars. Saqqara is less crowded than Giza, but just as atmospheric and arguably more significant archaeologically. You definitely have to visit Saqqara during your time in Cairo. And lastly, we have the Memphis Open Air Museum. If you're visiting Saqqara, then I would recommend stopping by the Memphis Open Air Museum. It showcases remnants of ancient Memphis, which was the first capital of Egypt, found around 3000 BCE. This open-air museum offers a glimpse into the grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization. Memphis was a pivotal city in ancient Egypt, serving as a political and religious capital during the Old Kingdom. The city's strategic location at the junction of Upper and Lower Egypt made it a cultural and economic hub. You can't miss the Colossus of Ramses II, which is a massive limestone statue measuring over 33 feet in length. Discovered in 1820, it lies on its back due to its absence of its lower legs and feet. The statue's detailed craftsmanship remains remarkably preserved. Visiting the Memphis Open Air Museum offers a unique opportunity to walk through the remnants of one of ancient Egypt's most significant cities. When you visit Cairo, you absolutely have to visit the pyramids, the Grand Egyptian Museum, the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, Saqqara, and Memphis Open Air Museum. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to see my adventures in Aswan as I travel down south to southern Egypt.